Shalom. My name is Rabbi Eli Cohen, and I have served as Rabbi of Chadeish Yameinu, the Jewish Renewal community of Santa Cruz for the past 14 years. We offer the full range of support for life cycle events. Chadeish Yameinu is an amazing community, ranging from the spiritual, such as our deep, sweet yet joyous Shabbat gatherings and holiday festivities, to just plain old having fun. And sometimes the spiritual and the fun even overlap.
We went to a service as a family, and there was a huge banner above the door of the building we were going into, and it said, "All are welcome here." And I thought, this is the place for us.
For years I had studied Tibetan Buddhism and Eastern practices, and meditated on Tibetan letters. Through Zalman Schachter's teachings, I came back to meditating on Hebrew letters, and I found my ancestors rejoicing at that notion.
I was immediately deeply touched by the big-heartedness, the warm and open hearts of the people. And a huge thing for me about that was that I felt encouraged to grow in Jewish practice and spiritual practice, and just in being my best self.
We have an amazing community that ranges in age from just newborn to our eldest at 100. We have Jews of Ashkenazi background, Sephardim, and even Jews that hail from China, Central America, and the African continent.
I had never felt like a spiritual Jew, and Judaism was important to me as a culture, but I had always felt like my yoga classes were a lot more spiritual experience for me than anything I had experienced in temple growing up.
Chadeish Yameinu gives me a way to find a Jewish expression of spirituality. For instance, getting in touch with the Sabbath on Friday night through their Kabbalat Shabbat. Reb Eli leads them in such a beautiful way. It's really a sacred space, bringing in music, Rumi poems, teachings from the Torah. It's a chance to transition from the work week to a sacred time.
From the moment that I came into the service, it was a Friday night service, and I remember there were the candles in the center, and it was all in a circle. People were just warm and welcoming. The service started right away, and I just felt at home. And the prayers were familiar. Everything was great. I just felt warm and welcomed, and by the time the service was over, I knew I was home.
Chadeish Yameinu is the spiritual inspiration I have sought, reaching for the best in the past and moving forward with today's thinking and needs.
I'm so happy to be a member of Chadeish Yameinu. My experience has been, it is one of the most welcoming and inviting communities of any Jewish community I have been involved with, and it stretches its boundaries. I may be wrong, but I think it was one of the first Jewish communities that actively reached out to the gay community, and that made a big difference for me, to be that inclusive of people who might not ordinarily self-identify as Jews.
Our two sons went through the bar mitzvah process, and that was just so fulfilling for me to see them find a connection to Judaism that I didn't have when I was that age.
It was very personalized, and it was really important that it be less about just fulfilling certain requirements and much more about them discovering something about themselves.
We love the informality, the spontaneity, the singing and dancing of CY services, and the warmth, intellect, and spirituality of Reb Eli.
The Munchkin Minyan is an extended family, and together we experience many feelings. The feeling of safety, the tenderness that we explore together, exploring the unknown, and the excitement of discovery, all attended with love. Rabbi Eli and I co-lead this beautiful little service, and it's for families with young children. And we come together honoring the creation of this natural world and all its beauty, and its wonder.
I was drawn in by the music as well as the welcome that they gave my wife. We're an interfaith couple, and it's so heartwarming to be so welcomed and included.
I had recently become Eastern Orthodox Christian, and so I find the overlap between the two just a really wonderful and comfortable place to be.
Our oldest girl, we have 2 girls, was thinking about getting bat mitzvah, and she really wanted to. And we immediately found Chadeish Yameinu, and it just like dropped into place so perfectly. It was just like a very natural thing to
I don't even
join.
think we knew what we were looking for, but we knew immediately when we found it.
You can be who you are. People dance, people say things, people add to the service as they feel moved to do so. It just feels really good to be at a Chadeish Yameinu event.
I'm the child of 2 Holocaust refugees who hid their Jewish identity, and I found out when I was 17 that both my parents are Jewish. I did not have any sense of connection to the spiritual part of being Jewish until I was about 35 years old, and I discovered Chadeish Yameinu here in Santa Cruz, and I really found my spiritual home here.
Reb Eli is a conduit between Adonai and my heart.
It feels like it would be incomplete to talk about Chadeish Yameinu without talking about Reb Eli. We've just continued to feel moved by him and held and comforted by him.
They were some of the most beautiful, welcoming, supportive, egalitarian services that I'd ever been to.
Most rabbis would not have allowed to be as directed by a congregation as Eli does. And not only does he allow it, he encourages it. It makes me want to be a better Jew and certainly a better person.
I converted to Judaism when Marty and I got married, but I didn't go through the final conversion process. And it wasn't until we were members of Chadeish Yameinu that I actually finished the conversion process, because I felt that spiritual spark.
I've had learned what it means to have a Jewish community that supports you through all the kinds of events that happen in your life, the death of your parents, the celebration of your marriage, the times that you just need to go someplace and feel like you have a community. And so it's been a great source of joy for me.
I really love the community. When Irene and I were married, Chadeish Yameinu came and danced at our wedding. When my dad died and when Irene's mom died, Chadeish Yameinu came to our house and, they sat with us during Shiva, and we're just so kind. And I feel there's a warmth whenever I come to services. I feel like people are happy to see me, and that we really want to share our lives with each other.
It's a little bit like meditating to be in Chadeish Yameinu as a group, because they allow so much your own internal space to exist within the community there.
I also really enjoy the number of participatory opportunities, not only through adult education, but the major holidays. We help decorate, we help share leading services. There are so many Friday nights that are so uplifting with Reb Eli's leadership, Reb Lori's leadership.
Having been raised in a Reform congregation that is fairly liberal, but still sort of had this tension between the haves and have-nots. I didn't experience that here, and that drew me in, drew me further. And of course, Rabbi Eli's warmth and everybody together created something that I couldn't run away from.
The sensitive part of Eli is that he loves poetry, music, and when he sings at the congregation, we are all very, very touched.
The older I get, the more I need this.
We were married with Chadeish Yameinu, and Chadeish Yameinu, we love you.
There's so much aloneness in our society right now, and I feel like Chadeish Yameinu is a healing of that aloneness.
I will build this world from love. Ya la 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 la. And you must build this world from love. Ya la 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 la. And if we build this world from love, ya la 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 la, then God will build this world from love. Ya la 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 la.
We are a warm and inviting community. Come check us out. As the Talmud says, taste and see.